That's very enthusiastic around the table. Hi, you're listening and watching 15 Minutes or Less with me, Mabs.
And me, Amy.
Parastu.
And me, Amy.
So yes, that's everybody. So thank you very much for listening and watching. If you are watching us on Facebook, Instagram TV, LinkedIn, YouTube, all the places are listening to us on SoundCloud or Spotify. Thank you very much for picking us out. Don't forget to subscribe because, you know, you get lots of 15 minutes or less action. Anyway, this week we are on to a... Oh, I wanted to lighten it, but I just put it up and I left the music on. I ruined the whole thing. The whole thing.
No, it's okay.
Get with it, James.
Get with it. I'm very tired.
Oh, your mic is very loud.
Oh, sorry.
Which one's you, Amy White? You number 2?
4, I think.
Number 4.
Let's turn her off.
Yeah, she's gone. Okay, so I'm going to start the clock. 15 minutes starting now. And we're on to this week's letter and subject. So we're on to the letter M. And of course, we're discussing movies. So I'd like to start the podcast by asking all of you, what is your favourite movie of all time?
Ooh.
No pressure.
That's one of those impossible questions. How did you answer that?
Well, I think there would have been a time in my life where I would have definitively told you when I was a film student that my favourite movie of all time is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's just a great movie. I love everything about that movie. But now, I'm like, I don't have a favourite movie. I have several favourite movies.
I have like tons.
Yeah.
Like, because there are different genre, and how do you just decide?
Yeah, different movies for different feelings, you know?
Yeah, I think people choose one movie based on what they're going through life at that time. That movie really...
So that says a lot about that time in my life.
Yeah, because it's a romantic comedy.
Or what if you don't have one at all?
I
don't feel like I have any favourite film.
Do you not like films?
Well, you said you like that
movies.
Scorsese movie,
The
Wolf
Aviator?
of
No.
Wall Street.
Oh yeah, I do like that. I do like it, but I wouldn't class it as like a favourite
And we know
movie.
Amy really likes money, so that kind of...
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Wall-
do. And
Wall
that's
Street
also
is-
M.
Yeah, true.
So there you go. Relevant to this episode.
Great.
You could have a favourite
First
set of
me.
movies.
Yeah, so you could like the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, so I really love Studio Ghibli. Like, I
Yeah.
just really like, but I couldn't pick a favourite film.
Mm.
But I love the music, I love the animation, I love the stories. I just think they're a great set of films.
What makes a great movie?
Money.
Good music. Yeah, money. I think a good score makes a good movie.
Okay, so the music makes the movie. Another M. 3 M's. Money, music, movies. Bam. Go on.
So I come up with 3 things that makes a movie great. And I got help from this YouTube channel called Now You See It. Have you guys watched it? It's really good. It's about movie. And one of them is cinematic influence. Like if the movie changed the way of how we make movie, that movie become very influential. The other one is cultural impact, like how the movie changed the world at the time, culture of the people. And the last one is personal impact, like how it would change your life personally.
Yeah.
And for me, the movie that tick all those boxes is The Matrix, the first one.
I was going to say Babe, but yeah, that's fine.
Pig in the City or the first?
Well,
How
yeah.
does that personally impact you?
I like pigs. No, I have no idea. I mean, yeah, you know, it's all about that scene, isn't it, where he like, I don't really like this movie. Let's go on. Let's stick with your point, Paris. I've got
No, go on.
gonna-
You should go on with that joke.
There's no joke. It was just there's that scene, isn't there, in the movie where the farmer sings to nurse Babe back to health.
I don't think I've seen this.
No, you haven't seen that bit.
Amy, you haven't hardly seen anything.
There's not enough money in that movie.
No.
Not enough money, not enough budget. Is it money in the sense that it's about money, or is it that they've put a lot of money into making it?
Both.
Okay.
You would love Wall Street. That's another movie. That's great. It's about money.
No, I love that film. Have you seen it?
Oh, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good film.
Yeah. Are we all going to sit here and do it? Anyway, I'm not going to do that.
I was up for that.
Yeah, I know. There was a moment there. You can do it at home in your own time. Sorry, Paris, to go back on to what you were saying.
Yeah, I just think when Matrix first came out, do you guys remember that scene when Trinity jump into the air.
The bullet time technique.
And it was like, it was, I think it was the first movie that done that. And a lot of people trying to
emulate that style,
And there were, I mean, that movie came out 10 years ago, and if you watch it today, it still look great.
Yeah, absolutely.
That greenish, very specific style.
Have you seen the budget version of this?
I have seen the Indian version of it.
This is good.
They made frame by frame, but with Indian actors. The Bollywood version.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
And what's it? Do you remember what it's called?
I know, but the storyline is the same. It's just they speak Indian, which is kind
Is it
of,
still called The Matrix?
I don't know.
No.
Sorry.
Or is it the Bombay mix?
Oh, not racist. Just culturally insensitive. We don't approve of that sort of thing here.
No,
Anyway.
that's why we're going to turn Amy White's mic off. She's out.
But are they normally like called Night at the Bombay and stuff like that?
Yeah, they do have pretty
Yeah.
I
That's
don't know,
what I was saying. I was
fun
just using that word.
Yeah.
I'm not racist. I just
I like how this podcast.
Yeah, this is 15 minutes or less. We're not racist. Not
God.
racist. Just Amy White, not racist.
Yeah.
There was a point with that, but I can't remember what it was. You said you'd seen it, and it was good.
No, but you haven't seen the budget version.
No, I've not seen the budget version.
Oh, these are so good. They're up on LinkedIn at the moment. People are recreating movies, but like on the client budget versus
I've seen Sailor
expectation.
Moon one. I've seen some music video they've done on budget.
The comedy things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have seen these short
They're so
skits
good.
where it's like
I
the
just
shot.
saw one yesterday for Titanic, and they're just so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can put a clip in, but
I've not. I'm sure.
go
people.
and look
Just
it up.
Google it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like you don't have to do it anymore. Just like the thing we're talking about, if it's of interest to you, just type it into your search engine.
Yeah.
It will probably come up.
Yeah.
It's like no effort for us whatsoever.
No.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
Really?
Yeah, awful. Because I like to watch a movie and really enjoy the movie, and it just, even though there was lots of men gyrating and whatnot, and most
And
women
that
love
really
that.
ticks your boxes.
But
yeah.
no, it was just the movie itself was awful. Like the story was just, I feel like it wasted.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, don't even, don't
What-
watch it, Paris.
I avoid a lot of movie because I read a lot of reviews, and for me, some movies are so bad, like The Room. It's good.
It's so bad, it's good. Yeah.
I don't think those. I wouldn't consider those movies as bad. But some movies, you go see them and you expect them to be good based on director and actor, and they're so horrible. Those are the movie that stays with you, kind of.
Yeah. Blake's worst movie you've ever seen?
I don't know the title of it. That's how bad it was. It was a film which had 3 people in, and it just involved driving in a car, and it was meant to be a horror film, and it just lasted like an hour and a half of these people driving in a car being chased by someone else in a car. Worst thing I ever watched. I don't know why I watched the whole hour and a half of that.
Yeah. Never going to get that time
A
back.
lot of bad horror movies.
Yeah, if you're
so
listening or
many
watching,
bad.
share your terrible movies with us. We kind of like terrible movies. I've seen a lot of terrible movies in my time, but there was one occasion I went to the cinema. I don't know, it's got to be like 10 years ago, maybe more. And I went with my friend, and she was like, "Oh, should we go see Date movie? That looks really stupid and funny." And it was like in that era of like when they were doing like Scary Movie and Not Another Teen Movie and these kind of American comedy spoofs of famous genre. But I was out of the cinema within 23 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were just
wow.
like...
I've never walked out of them.
And
No.
I think for that one in particular, it was quite bad because it had... was it Alison Hannigan, who was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Is that her name? I feel like that's her name. The redhead.
Oh, the one
She was in How I Met Your Mother.
An American Pie and
Yeah. So I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
she
remember
was
her
in
name,
it. And so we're like, oh yeah, she's in it, so it's going to be okay. It wasn't. That was the only time I've walked out of a cinema because I've really, really just been like, I'm not sitting through this. So
Has anyone seen The Nun? That's the recent horror film.
I haven't.
I would
No.
say that was another bad film.
Stinker.
Yeah, I just sat through that and I was like, this isn't really very scary, and I'm not really fazed by some horror films that are just repetitive of. I think it backs off of the Insidious chain.
Yeah, they are related.
But there's no real reference.
Annabelle.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't explain the...
Like, I don't want to spoil it for you. Will you watch it?
No.
Is this where we're going to put there be spoilers flashing up?
Basically, the only thing that references that, I don't know if I saw this halfway through the film, but the only thing is, like, at the end, they're doing this talk about what happened many years ago, I think. And I was just like, what? This doesn't link to
it looks like
Insidious
they're
anyway.
going to make more of them.
Yeah, but I think they just, no, they shouldn't. They should have stopped when they just did the Insidious films, and that was it.
There's a lot of horror movies coming out actually as summer releases now. That seems to be a new trend.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this summer there's a few coming out. And
Midsummer, that looks really good.
yeah, well, we were just talking about that earlier
so odd,
today.
doesn't it? I can't make head or tail of it. Like, it looks like it's going to be scary, but then it looks like it's just going to be a bit weird.
Yeah, that director made Hereditary. Have you seen that one? It's really good.
There's a very
Have I seen
reoccurring theme around this table where it's like, have you seen that? No. Have you seen that? No. But it's like, I feel like there's so much stuff now. Do you not think? Because I feel as though there was a time where
everyone had seen everything.
well, you would have seen more of the same things. But I feel like there's so much content now, and you're pulled from pillar to post.
How do you choose movies? Because there's few blogs that if they say that movie is good, I go and watch it.
It's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. I don't know how I choose movies. Like, I mean, we went and saw Toy Story 4 this week, but I've been watching Toy Story since like the mid-90s.
I mean, that doesn't count because it's just a blockbuster.
It's
movie.
just a blockbuster.
I'm sorry. I mean,
It's
it was
just-
amazing. It was great. I have to say, for the record,
Sorry,
it was
it's fine.
amazing movie.
Yes, that's
But
good.
it's
Someone's
Disney.
a big fan over there.
No, it's fine. Yeah, no, you're right.
I read that Disney making like 40% of all the money in the box office, and now if you look at the box office, it's Toy Story 4, Dumbo, Aladdin.
Lion King.
Like they're
I mean, that's
dominating.
yeah.
No one can compete with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and
very-
that's why I feel bad for going to see a Disney movie because there is no chance for independent.
Don't watch them.
But it was so good. I have
Yeah.
to say, the
But there was-
writing was good.
I mean, that was a very, very good movie.
The
But
animation was
it
good.
is the volume of stuff they're putting out. I mean, you look at it was quite interesting. We talked about social media posts earlier about those budget movies. There was a post that was going around that I've seen a lot, which is like, I think it's outside a US cinema, and it's like now showing Godzilla, The Lion King, Men in Black, and it's like, and then the caption is, "What year is it?"
Yeah.
Because I mean, those are all kind of remakes, and that was a very
Yeah.
quick question I wanted to put to all of you while we've still got a few minutes left. Was it's something that I've talked about many times in recent years, but there's a reoccurring theme of people criticizing Hollywood's lack of creativity, reproducing movies, remaking movies, milking franchises for every penny that it's worth. But is there a huge difference between what's happening in blockbuster cinema and what has existed for hundreds, if not thousands of years in theatre? Like, you think how many times they've redone a Greek tragedy, or how many times Shakespeare's been reworked? Is it because cinema is still relatively new, it's only 100 years or so old, and these are good stories, and good stories just get remade, reworked?
I don't think it's about a good story. I think it's about making money. That's their first priority.
Yes.
And the reason people go and enjoy these movies is because they're nostalgic.
Yeah.
They ride on,
I saw this when I was young.
They even repeat the songs. And if you have like a very strong connection with those songs and those scenes, you will, enjoy the movie. But that doesn't mean that movie has something new to...
Well, that's what's bothering me about this new Lion King release. Everything I've seen of it so far almost feels as though it's a shot-for-shot almost remake, but just in a new style. It's not offering a new angle.
And it's funny because it's a Shakespearean story as well.
Yeah.
So there's two layer of doing a Shakespearean story, but remake the Disney version that done a Shakespearean story.
It's like making my mind implode.
and the scar look horrible. We just saw the trailer.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's because it's Disney, you know. I'm not a fan of Disney.
It's in Africa. It's not about money.
Yeah, exactly.
There are lions.
Yeah, but Beyonce's a voice in it now, so it's fine.
Is it?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Yeah, she's one of... is she Nala? I think she's Nala. I feel like that's right.
God.
I think. We've only got like 30 seconds
Okay.
left. So in typical movie fashion, I'd like you all to go around the table and give a rating for this podcast out of 5 stars. Starting with Amy Biker.
2 out of 5 stars.
2 out of 5 stars. Wouldn't do again. No. Paris.
I'll be back next week though.
5 out of 5.
Oh, very good. Little caption.
Just life-changing. Definitely watch it. Watch it with your family, with your friends, with your uncle. Just watch it again. Watch it again. Watch it.
Amy White, we have gone over the 15 minutes, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to give your star rating and quick caption.
3 out of 5. It was partially interesting.
Interesting.
Is it obvious that I got paid from this podcast?
Promotion. Hashtag ad.
Hashtag ad.
You can send us your criticisms in the comments below. We'll be back next week where we're on to a new letter. We've been 15 minutes or less. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.